Hi guys, Gigi here. Today we are going to take a look at the DSG7 DQ200 used in Volkswagen Audi Group on smaller engines, 1.2, 1.0, 1.4 and 1.6. This is the worst automatic or dual clutch gearbox I've seen. This is one with dry clutches, and it's an automatic gearbox. I would call it semi-automatic, and it's one of the worst Volkswagen Audi Group made until now. In the start they had a lot of problems with the TCU. It was burning fuses, the TCU got hot and burned itself with smoke. And then the problem started with clutches not working correctly, slipping, and then they started developing problems with lost pressure inside the mechatronic unit, then bent shifting forks, and so on and so on. So this is the most problematic gearbox I have encountered until now. And today we are going to take a look at the most common error, P17BF, lost pressure inside the mechatronic unit due to a cracked valve body. And I'm going to show you how to fix this problem. In the past year, new repair parts are available for purchase, and they are quite cheap to buy. So everybody can just repair this error at their home with normal tools and just basic mechanical skills, if you want to say so. Of course, you must be sure that the problem is only the oil leaking out of your accumulator house, and not something else, because this error can be seen together with bent forks, shifting forks, like I said, and some other stuff. So this is how you repair specific this problem, this error, P17BF, where the oil accumulator loses pressure because of the cracked valve body. So I will show you in a few seconds how to do it. So this is the problematic part in the mechatronic unit. I will get the mechatronic unit on the table in a minute. And this is the part where the oil, it's getting compressed, accumulated inside here, and this is prone to crack. If you look at this one here, let's see if you can see it. It looks a little bit dirty and black here, you know. Well, this is where they crack because of the high pressure. It's almost impossible to see it here because the crack, it's microscopic, and it's losing pressure. You can see here the black part. It's where it's losing the pressure, and it's so thin that you cannot see it with the free eyes. If you look at it very close, maybe you can see the line where it's actually cracked and broken, and where the oil gets out. It's here. Let me see if I can find some sharp object to show you. Here's the line. You can almost see it. So this cracks, and the oil starts slipping from here out, and then you will have no pressure for the clutches. So the gearbox will not be able to push the two pistons that switch between the clutches. This is the new part. As I said, it's pretty available now. This is the old one, dirty, I have it. We will use this one to fix another unit, and I will show you the process. This is the patient that needs to be fixed. As you can see, somebody tried to put some silicone here to close better the TCU. They thought it's because of this gasket or seal that oil gets out and it's defective here. That's not the problem. The problem is the pressure slips from the accumulator and gets to this part, and then you will have the slip. First, I'm going to remove the transmission control unit, and then we are going to turn it upside down, this part, remove the housing. Here is the oil accumulator. You can see the prolongation here. We remove this one, and then we will remove the part that needs actually to be changed. Here you have the breather hole. So any excess of oil or whatever, it will be pushed out from this breather hole here. When I receive these units in, I usually ask people to take out the oil. I'm not sure this one has oil in it or not. I will open it, and then we will check and see exactly what is inside. Okay, so first we are going to remove the TCM. I think it's a T25 torque. Remove all the screws and then pull this up. Okay, so I have loosened the screws. I'm going to remove them. Prepare a recipient where you can drain the oil, because I'm sure some oil will be left inside it. Remove the screws. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3 here. So 7 screws all in all. There was repair kit for these units before, made by Kinergo, and I've made a video for that also, but I'm not going to post it because that's a bit more complicated, and it's a little bit harder for somebody to do it. This is very simple. You can do it only with a few screwdrivers, some torque bits, and a little bit of patience. So I took all the screws out. Now we're going to pull the TCM up, push the pistons in, because else you will not be able to pull it out. Push, 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 everything is okay. And with the screwdriver, start prying slowly. Don't rush. Take it slowly from all the corners. There is a gasket and sealing on the other part also. This is quite different from the DSG6. It's made of 2 parts that where the electronics can be removed. So now we have it a little bit here, and it's out. This is how it looks like. It's out. This is the TCM. Now, once you remove this, watch out, there is a green O-ring here. Don't lose it. Watch out when you put it back. It must be here, because if it's not there, you will lose pressure. This is going to the pressure sensor here. You have a pressure sensor, and this O-ring seals that. So when you put it back here, this is the part where the oil pressure, where the oil measures the pressure, this sensor here. Green gasket, O-ring, remember, put it back. Now it's time to drain some oil, if there is. Let's see. Yeah. This is a green hydraulic oil that's inside the mechatronic unit. It's 1 liter hydraulic oil into the mechatronic unit, and if I remember correctly, it's 1.7 in the gearbox, another type of oil. Okay, now that we have this disassembled, I will put some towels or something under, because there will be a lot of more oil spillage. I will just try to drain some more. For this repair, actually, you don't need to remove the TCM, you can just leave it in place. So I just did it so you can see how it's tightened to the valve body. So now that the TCM or TCU it's out of the picture, this is the valve body. All this is the valve body, and this is the oil accumulator, and this is the part we are going to replace. Now that it's upside down, I use a T30 for these 2 screws, and inside you will also use this T30 to remove all the bolts, the screws inside, beside the one from the oil pump. The oil pump is also located inside. So I have 2, 4, 5, 10 millimeters and 2 times T30. I'm going to remove them, and then we take the cover out. When you put it back together, the torque here should be 10 Newton meters, no more. Now that I have all the screws out, we will remove the cover. It's very easy. You remove it and voila. Here you have the oil accumulator. Here you have the oil pump. Oil pump. This is the electric part, this is the mechanic part. In order to change the oil accumulator housing, we need to remove the oil pump, the motor, the mechanical pump, the oil accumulator, and the solenoids. In order to do that, first we have to remove the oil accumulator. Here you will need to get a big torque. I think it's a T60, yeah, it's a T60 or 65. I use this because this is the biggest one I have. I had the other one, I broke it with one accumulator. I tried to take out. This should be easy to remove. I hope it will be on this one. Okay, it was not as easy as I thought, but luckily it turns. I had some units where I could simply not remove the oil accumulator. So this is the oil accumulator. Inside this the pressure will build, and as soon as the gearbox needs to press the clutches here and press the forks, it will release pressure from the oil accumulator. If there is not enough pressure on this one, or it's cracked, this oil pump will work continuously until it gets fried. It gets fried. So now that this is removed, see how it looks like, and an O-ring. Okay, first things first, we need to remove the oil pump. As I said, it's a T25. I have one screw here, one screw here, one screw here, one screw here, and one here. Be careful because these two are interconnected with a plastic piece. Don't lose it when you take it out. I'm going to use some help to untighten the screws. One, two here, one, two here. Good. Now that we removed them, I'm going to take the electrical part first, and I will show you why in a second. So this, take it out. Out and put it aside. And let's take it outside. Okay, now if you look carefully inside there, you can see a small plastic piece. I will show it to you after I remove the motor. It's removed now. And this is the plastic piece that interconnects them. So you see, oh, sorry, I was looking for this piece here and I couldn't see it. I said, oh my god, this is broken. This is not a problem, but no, this is sitting like this. You see, it's connecting like this. And then it has the same shape on the mechanical pump, and it gets connected that way. What the heck? Now I'm going to remove the mechanical part, and I'm going to show you why I said I'll remove this as a second. Now, once you remove this one, be careful. Here you have another O-ring. Oh, where is it? Come on, focus. Get down. Yeah, here's the O-ring. Don't lose it. That seals to this. Now we're going to use the big T30 to remove all these screws. But before we do that, I'm going to remove the pistons. I have here two pistons. Just pull up, don't be afraid. This is one. This is two. I'm going to remove the plastic holder that holds the rubber. And then you will need either two sharp small screwdrivers or some pliers that can get into the holes. You can see here they have some locking springs. So I got the pliers. I will try to do it with this. If not, I will do it with two sharp screwdrivers. And if I'm looking here, I think somebody else removed this. Now, this, put your finger in and pull up. It should come the housing. The same here. Okay, now we can safely remove all these screws here. Again, when you do it, try to unscrew in one move. Just go, if possible, 90 degrees in one move without stopping in the way. So I'm just untightening all these screws. When I'm done, I will show you exactly how and where we are. Now I removed all the screws. You will see you have some shorter ones, some longer ones, different. The shorter ones go into the lower part of the unit, and the longer ones go into the upper part. You can see you have some holes that are a little bit upper than the other one. So the short one goes into the lower part, the longer one goes to the upper parts, upper holes. Now that this is removed, we can remove the valve, the oil accumulator housing. Now here you have a small oil filter. Remove it and place it back into the housing. These clamps, be careful, don't lose them, they have to be there. Okay, now we can put this aside and start working on the other part. We will need to move all the solenoids from this accumulator housing to the new one. First we are going to disassemble this one and move it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 T25 and remove. Now be careful, do not push on the connectors. And the gasket, you can take it and put it back down. Just untighten these screws. And do not remove yet. Okay. Now if we take this one here, you will see you have some big holes here. Into these big holes you will have 2 ball bearings. So watch out. When you remove the solenoids, watch out for the ball bearings and the gasket. So just put it in the parallel like this and remove. So we will remove this one, screws, put it aside. Then after removing the valves, we take the gasket, and under the gasket you will find the ball bearings. It's very seldom that one of the solenoids gets broken or burned on these units, but it happens. So we remove it easy. I'm holding it here. Put it aside. Remove the gasket. Remember, it's this way, and you will see 2 ball bearings inside. These have to be moved to the other housing. Put it down. And they will only fit in these holes. 1 and 2. Put the gasket on here to the guides and put it on. It's simple like that. And then put the screws back. 5 screws. On the other side you will have, you will only have 1 ball. I don't know the spec, torque from these screws, but you know, use your judgment. Don't over tighten, don't let them loose because there is oil pressure. Now I'm going to flip this on this side and unscrew these ones. Easy, remove this one, remove the gasket, put it back on the guides so it's ready to put on, and remove the ball bearing. Good. Make sure the surface here is clean. Attach the solenoids and pull the screws back. Okay, now let's, because I didn't thought about this, let's compare these two. As you can see, this one has some pronunciation, or yeah, this is thicker here, and it should be an enforced version. This one, it's round and flat. I think if I look at this one, actually it's not cracked, but I can see it's all the production date, it's 2011-09-23. So if it's not cracked yet, it is prone to get cracked. So we change it just to be sure. Some of the units that you buy come without this screw. You have a screw here with a copper if they come without it, remember to take it out and put it on the new one. We put this aside and we check the screw. I'm going to see if it's tightened enough, just to be sure. Don't push on the connectors, on the pins. Yeah, it is tight. Good. Now I'm going to take the valve body. I'm going to change this. You can also find the filters. You can change them if you want. This unit, I checked it. The TCU. It says it run about 67,000 kilometers. So I will keep this filter inside. I will not change it. I don't see any dirt or shavings or nothing on it, so I think you're good. Put the gasket on and put the oil accumulator housing back in place. Time to put the screws back. So the long ones in the upper part, the smaller ones in the lower parts. So after we have all this screwed, time to put first the oil pump and then the accumulator. So everything is tight now. First the mechanical. You have a hole here, so watch out for the rubber sealing O-ring and put it here. Don't do it too tight. This should be okay. Now I'm going to get the electrical motor and the connecting piece. If you didn't rotate it, it should just fit right in. Yep, and it did. Again, hand tight. Don't overdo it, or the pump. That should be it. Now that we have this all in place, we can install the oil accumulator. I guess my gloves got eaten by the oil. Hand tight should be enough. Now it's time to put the cover back on. Put the cover back. Remember the two, if you turn it this way, the two screws with the torque head come here, and the rest with the 10mm head come in the other parts. So now that the screws are set in and torqued down, we need to put the pistons. Put it in, it should pop. I can see somebody has removed this before, but didn't change the oil accumulator housing. Oh. I'm going to put it like this and then use a small screwdriver to tap it down. Watch out, here inside there are two channels. You need to go to the lower one. It has to lock on the second one down. The easiest way to do it is just put this in before you put it in. So just pull the rubber over it, insert it, go down, and click it, go down. The same here, take it, put it over, put it in, and pop it down. So that's it. We have fixed the P17BF error. I will not put the TCM back on place here, because I think the TCM is the problem with this one. I will just put it on and then attach the screws. Watch out for the connectors here. It should slide in easy. One thing I forgot, if we have it down, we should check gaskets on it. So there is one main gasket around and one around the connectors. I don't have the torque spec for this one either, but you know, use your senses. And I'll put the screws and put the gasket back, and that should be it. Thank you for watching, guys, and see you next time.